So let's try to make sense of this week's tech news, shall we? It was a whirlwind, but when you step back and look at it all, a really interesting theme starts to pop out. And it's not really about the gadgets themselves, it's about something way more fundamental.
Welcome to Byte-Sized Tech, where we cut through the noise and break down the week's biggest stories into one clear explainer.
I mean, it's so easy to get lost in the shuffle, right? New phones, new AIs, new lawsuits. It just comes at you from all directions. And it's a lot to keep track of.
But here's the thing. If you really look at all these different headlines, from AI-generated video all the way to antitrust lawsuits, you start to see they're all connected. There's this single thread running through everything.
And that thread is a question, one we're all grappling with. As our tools get smarter, as our worlds get more and more digital, how is that changing us? You know, what does it actually mean to be human in this new era? To get some perspective, let's start by looking up.
So, right now, as we speak, our planet is cruising through the debris trail left by Halley's Comet. It's what gives us the Orionid's meteor shower. It's this beautiful cosmic reminder that we're a part of something just huge and ancient. And honestly, that's a pretty good mindset to have as we look back down at the very complex, very digital worlds we're building for ourselves.
And wow, are those digital worlds getting complex? The first big theme this week is really how tech is creating these new simulated realities. Some of them mirror our own world with just stunning accuracy, and others, well, there's something else entirely. Okay, let's start with a term you might have heard from the gaming world, ray tracing. It's that tech that makes the lighting in video games look incredibly real, right? Well, get this. AT&T is using that exact same idea to build a massive 3D digital twin of its entire cell network. It helps them figure out how radio signals, which are basically just light we can't see, will bounce off of buildings and trees and everything else.
And this quote from AT&T really puts the scale of this into perspective. They're basically saying that what they're doing to model reality makes Hollywood and the entire gaming industry look small. It lets them do some amazing things like predict exactly where service will go out during a hurricane or figure out the best place to put temporary cell towers for a music festival before anyone even shows up.
So that's modeling the real world. But now let's flip over to creating completely new worlds, because AI-generated video is absolutely exploding. We're talking about tools like OpenAI's new Sora 2, which lets pretty much anyone create a video just by typing a sentence. And it's kicking off a whole new kind of social media.
The vision these companies are selling is powerful. You gotta admit, you have companies like Character.ai with its new feed and Meta with a new app called Vibes, and they're all creating these endless personalized streams of AI videos. They're promising this future where we're not just passively doom scrolling anymore, we're actively creating our own entertainment. But there's another side to this, isn't there? The critics are already warning that this explosion of AI content is creating what's being called an infinite slot machine. Basically a future where we're just drowning in low-quality, bizarre, and sometimes just plain weird AI content. So, how are we supposed to view all these new realities? Well, that leads us straight into the next big platform war. Apple is apparently focusing more on smart glasses now, but their competition is heating up big time. Samsung's Project Mohan headset, which is packed with a Qualcomm chip and Google's Gemini AI, is rumored to launch like any day now.
Okay, let's bring things down from the clouds of digital worlds for a second and talk about the actual hardware we hold in our hands. Because while the big picture is shifting, so are the everyday gadgets we all use. It's been a busy season for new gadgets, and some interesting trends are popping up. The new iPhones are adding spatial video recording, which brings that whole immersive content creation thing we were just talking about right into our pockets. Meanwhile, you've got faster MacBooks and iPads with the new M5 chip on the way, and wearables like the Aura Ring and headphones like the Bose QC Ultra are focusing on style and fixing those little annoyances like battery life.
And our software is getting way smarter too. Check this out. Google is rolling out a new AI-powered feature in Google Drive that can actually protect you from ransomware attacks as they happen. It's been trained on millions of attacks, so it can spot the bad stuff, immediately pause the sync on those files, and then walk you through how to get them back safely. Pretty cool.
You know, all this powerful new tech, from modeling reality to AI assistants in our pockets, it forces us to ask some really tough, very human questions. Questions about privacy, about who holds all the power, and what rules we need to put in place. All right, let's talk about the elephant in the room. The question that just will not go away. You're talking to a friend about, I don't know, a new brand of coffee, and then boom, an ad for it pops up on Instagram. It feels creepy. It feels like your phone is listening. So, is it?
Well, the head of Instagram, Adam Mosseri, just put out a video to bust this myth. He swears they're not listening. He says it's one of four things. You searched for it before, your friends are into it, you saw the ad and just forgot, or it's pure coincidence. But the irony here is just too good. On the very same day, Meta announced that it will start using your chats with its AI chatbots to personalize the ads you see. So, yeah.
Now let's talk about power. The FTC is suing Zillow. They're alleging that Zillow basically paid its rival, Redfin, to just get out of the rental business and hand over its customers. The government is calling it an illegal agreement to dismantle a competitor, which makes you wonder if these big corporate deals are actually reducing the choices we have as consumers.
And policy decisions, well, they have real-world costs. The Trump administration has proposed rolling back EPA greenhouse gas standards for cars. They claim it would save the economy $54 billion a year. On the other side, an analysis from the think tank Energy Innovation says the opposite would happen, that less fuel-efficient cars would actually cost households an extra $83 a year on average because of higher gas prices.
Finally, there's this growing concern about a phenomenon called sycophantic AI. This is where AI models are basically trained to be digital yes men. They just agree with you and validate your feelings, which sounds nice but can be really dangerous. I mean, think about it. An AI that just reinforces your worst ideas or gives you really bad advice, especially when people are turning to these things for mental health support, that's a problem.
So, with all of this complex, world-altering tech, it feels like a good moment to just take a step back. And the life's work of Dr. Jane Goodall, it offers such a profound lesson for us right now. Dr. Goodall didn't have AI or giant simulations. She had patience and a pair of binoculars. And back in 1960, her simple observation of a chimpanzee using a piece of grass as a tool completely shattered the definition of what made humans unique. She went on to show the world that chimps have personalities, emotions, and complex social lives, things we once thought belonged only to us.
You see, her legacy isn't really just about chimps. It's a powerful reminder about the impact of our own choices. She famously said, "What you do makes a difference, and you have to decide what kind of difference you want to make."
And that brings us right back to today. From the cosmic dust of a comet to the lines of code in our most advanced AI, we are constantly making choices. As our tools become powerful enough to model our reality, to generate infinite new worlds, and even to just agree with everything we say, we have to ask ourselves that very same question she did.
If you enjoyed this explainer, please do all the things. Like, comment, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into the week's biggest tech stories. Thanks for watching.